Okay, so there are so many different techniques in scripting, and today I'm going to share with you one technique that I like to use, and it is the future prospecting. Okay, I mentioned this in one of my last video, which I do in a gratitude journal of mine, which is being thankful for something that is in the future already. It's in the same context of scripting, except for it's more of a future tense, bringing it into the present tense. So scripting is exactly that. You're scripting a scene, you're scripting a life, just like how it is in a movie. You are writing a script exactly how you want your life to play out. With the first thing that you want to do when it comes to scripting is you're gonna get yourself a notebook. Okay, I personally like to commit notebooks to different things that I'm writing about. Like, I have a notebook for my YouTube ideas, I have a notebook for gratitude, I have a notebook for scripting, I have a notebook for notes, I have a notebook for insert so many. Okay, like piling up. So you can go as simple as a really fun notebook that you can buy, Target, Walmart, wherever notebooks are sold, Office Depot, whatever store is open that's actually selling notebooks. And then you can even go as basic, okay, and get a plain one like this and just decorate it if you want and title it scripting. Okay, and this right here is so basic, it's like you could get this at the dollar store, you know what I mean? This one costs a little bit more. This is like $2-3, but hey, it's your life, and it's you're scripting your life. Or you can go the extra mile and get yourself a really cute one like this. This costs way more than these other ones. And it just feels so much more special, you know what I mean? And just the details. So I love journals. That's just me personally, okay? That's just me. So one thing you want to do when it comes to scripting, okay, is you want to be able to feel into what it is that you're wanting, okay? I have found this to be so much more powerful than getting in the notebook and just writing. Like just writing and not having the feeling into it, right? It's so much more powerful when you can really see yourself. Like, remember when you were a child and you used to tell your parents a story and it felt so grandiose in your mind, and you're just like, oh my God, and then this happened, and oh my goodness, I can't wait for this to happen, and blah, blah, blah. And oh my God, when I grow up, it's gonna be like this and it's gonna be like that. This is exactly the same energy you want to put into scripting, okay? Again, there are many techniques with scripting. This is what I like to use. I do different forms depending on what I'm wanting, because you want to remember too that for some people it's easier to manifest this versus this thing. So for me, when I'm wanting something on a larger scale, I like to future prospect and put myself in that situation where I really feel into it and experience it with all my senses, to really, really get into, like, as if I am there, because I am. In my mind, I am there. And in soul, I could potentially be there. The only thing that's not there is the physical body, because the physical body is right here. But guess what? Pretty soon that is going to be my reality, because a lot of the things that I have scripted, yes, they have come true. So many, okay? So many. Like, I just look back to every single one of my scripting notebooks and I'm just like, this is insane, right? Like, this is insane. And you can go as detailed all the way down to, look, I asked for you guys, okay? I've asked for y'all. I've asked for my engagement to be where it is. And it's only going to get more, right? And so you'll be surprised the details that you put in there. Like, I was thankful for beautiful subscribers that watch my video and engage with my video and take the time to leave me comments way before you guys were doing that. Way before you guys were leaving me these comments, I was already scripting this out where this is what I wanted and this is what I expected and this is what I would want in my life. Like, who wants a whole negative comment section, you know? And I appreciate you guys for leaving me such positive feedback. I mean, positive comments. I mean, look, I'm open to the feedbacks as well, okay? Like, I enjoy all of this, okay? So now, once you get into the feeling of all of this, okay, and you're writing, you really want to take yourself in that space, right? And that's why it's so important too, if you can find a routine in the morning or somewhere in the evening. I personally like to do it in the morning time because the morning time is very sacred for me. In the daytime, as soon as I wake up, is just a sacred moment where everything is still, everything is quiet before the sun is rising, and I can really, really, really get into that feeling and into the mood. And you want to get into the mood, okay? Because I have written stuff where I was just like, it felt like homework. You don't want this to feel like homework. You want to take into this task that this is going to change my life without any attachment to the outcomes, right? You write it, you set it, and you forget it, and then you come back to it and you look back and you're like, wow, okay? So future prospecting. Now, how are you going to write this down in paper? Like, how are you going to start this, right? That's the question. It's like, okay, now we got the scripting part. Now we got the feeling. Now, how should I word this? Because I do get this often, is like, well, how the heck am I supposed to start my scripting? Okay. Let's say you want to manifest a home. Okay. Similarly, I have talked about this with the new moon intentions, and I'm talking about it again because guess what? We have a new moon coming up in Sagittarius, and we also have a solar eclipse coming up, and that is coming up on Monday. We have 12/12 gateway. Yo, we have a lot of stuff going on, and I think I just saw something fly over me, a nice orb. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of things going on energy wise in the planets, okay? And if you want to move yourself from 2020 and plant the seeds into 2021, baby, it is the perfect time to do it now. Like 12/12, we have 12/12, we have winter solstice on 12/21, we have a solar eclipse, we have the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on 12/21 as well. So yay for these energies, and you can use these energies to amplify things in what you are wanting in your life. So we have the new moon, and then we have a full moon, the 29th, 30th at the end of this month, leading into 2021. Okay, so how are you going to start this? Let's say you want to manifest a home. Okay, you will say, you could start it off as, I have found the most beautiful home I could ever dream of. And then from there, you write the details out. I'm going to tell you right now, okay, like if you were to do this every day and you were actively, okay, and this is another thing with scripting, is that you're actively working to these things, okay? They don't just pop up in the thin air, okay? They don't. So when you're actively looking for a home, okay, let's say you're wanting to manifest this home and you're actively looking for things, right? You're finding that there's this home, it has everything you want except for it's too small, okay? Then you move on to the next one. Then you find this home, everything looks great except for the kitchen is not what you want it to be. Okay, we're getting closer. Then you're actively looking and you find another home and it's like, okay, everything is good except for the backyard's too small. Because what you're really wanting is you want a nice big backyard, you want a nice beautiful kitchen, and you know, there's certain things that you're not going to settle less for, okay? So when you're actively looking and you're doing your script, now you can narrow down the details so that it starts to feel really, really, really good. When it starts to feel even, like when you start to feel it like, man, this feels amazing, right? Because sometimes when you write, you feel doubtful. you will feel doubtful, as if it's like, am I asking for too much? When these feelings come up, that just means that you're not aligning with it yet. When it starts to really get more and more clear with what it is that you're wanting and what it is that you're scripting on paper, you're going to feel it more and more in your body. And this means that you're becoming more and more aligned with it. And this is how you also know that things are coming close, because you always wonder, right? Like I wondered this in the beginning, where I see these like manifestation gurus and stuff, and I'm like, how do they know, right? How do they know? It's because once you start to understand your own energy, and once you start to master yourself, you start to feel the alignments, and you start to feel like as if there's like something new in the air, something new awaits. You don't know what that is. You can't put your finger on it, but it's there. And this is where your faith builds up. And this is where you're enjoying the journey, because you already know that that's where you're going. Okay. So that's that future prospecting, is looking into the future, feeling into it, magnetizing it into the now, and like really feeling it in your body. If you are not all the way there, keep on writing, keep on taking the action steps, and then pretty soon you're going to align yourself slowly to what it is that you desire. I also want to give you all a big thank you. I was actually going to do a separate video for this, but you know what? I'm going to do it in this video, because hey, we are at 500 strong. I love you all so much. Like, oh my God, this is such a milestone. Like, I am halfway to the 1K. Like, y'all are just going to see me grow. We're all going to grow together, and I am just loving it. Okay. I am loving it. You guys rock. I love you all so much. Now let's get into the Cash App winner for today. Who is that? Okay, let's take a look. You know what? I'm not even gonna dig that much. I'm just gonna kind of randomly, you know what I mean? Randomly choose. Okay, let's see. All right, the Cash App winner for today is Queen Row. Queen Row, I see you, girl. I appreciate your time, just to let you know. Okay, I love you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, girl, come claim your money. Comment down below. Let's make sure the logistics and everything is all good. One thing about me is I really like to confirm things, because I'd hate to send the money to the wrong person. So Queen Row, come on and come get your money. Yay. Okay, so again, thank you all for the 500 subscribers. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate you all so much. Like, I almost don't even want to leave this video, you know what I mean? I'm like, is that it? Like, did I forget something? I'm like, yeah, we'll just hang out. We could just chill, just stick around, I don't know. When I figure out this YouTube thing with the live, one day I'll go live, and then we can all have our little, we can all have the tea, the coffee, whatever it is that you enjoy drinking, nice and warm. You know what I mean? It could be a cold drink. It could be a nice smoothie. We could all just come together, just, chit chat. I also want to share something with all of you. It's still in the process, because you all know, like, this whole moon situation, like, I love the moon so much that my last baby, her name is Luna. Okay, like, we already knew, like, we already established that, you know what I mean? Like, me and my husband, ever since way back in the day, we met when we were teenagers, way back in the day. Okay, we just loved the moon, and it was just something so near and dear, and we would just lay and bask in the moon. And so I have been working on something for every single one of you, and I will announce that next week, so you're all gonna have to wait for that. Right now it is in the process, and it has something to do with the moon, and it has something to do with skin, and it has something to do with luxury, and it has something to do with your senses. And I'm just really excited to be able to have this opportunity, because this has been a dream of mine. Oh my God, this has been a dream of mine. And to finally like slowly come to fruition, and to finally be able to share it with an audience like all of you, it just means so much to me. So thank you again. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you again for the 500 subscribers. Let me just tell you, every time I feel deep appreciation from like the depths of my body and my soul, it makes me want to cry. Okay, I'm always like, it's always like happy tears. So I love you all so much. I will see you all in the next video. Mahalo and aloha.